Language Notes. Topic 14. Homophones, homographs, and homonyms.
When I hear these bells jingle, I think of two things. I think of winter fun, all the winter fun surrounding our December holidays. I think of Christmas and Santa Claus, sleigh rides and sleigh bells. And I think of my grandmother. My grandmother was very proud of her Polish heritage, and she loved polkas. When she would go to polka parties, she sometimes took these bells and she would jingle the bells while she listened to the music. Did you know that jingle can be a noun or a verb? I can jingle the bells. I can make that sound. What do you hear? The jingle of bells. But jingle as a noun has another meaning. It has nothing to do with bells. If you know anything about marketing, then you know that in advertising, they use jingles, they use short songs to help us remember a certain product. Jingle is a good example of a homonym. The words look the same, sound the same, but they have different meanings. In this lesson, I'd like to talk about words like jingle. We're going to talk about homonyms, homographs, and homophones. You already know what a homonym is. I gave you the example jingle. Here's another one. Star. S-T-A-R. Do you think of this? The shape of a star. Star can also refer to what we see in the night sky. And star can also be a celebrity, like a film star, or a sports star, a radio star. Homonyms then look the same, sound the same, but have different meanings. What about homophone? Homophone. Phone has to do with sound. So words sound the same, but they have different meanings and they're written differently. For example, I. Which word am I referring to? I, like myself, the first singular pronoun, or I, what I see with, E-Y-E. So we have homonyms, homophones, homographs.
If homophones are words that sound the same, have the same pronunciation, can you guess what homographs are? Graph has to do with writing, so homographs are written the same way. They share the same spelling, but not necessarily the same pronunciation.
Here's an example. Can you see what I made? This is a holiday ribbon and I tied a bow. Bow. B-O-W. B-O-W. Can I only say bow? I can also say bow, right? How I bend from my waist. In certain cultures, in certain contexts, people bow. Right? Let's talk more about homonyms, homophones, and homographs. First, I'll give you practice with homophones. We'll use the holiday song, Jingle Bells. Every American knows this song, but usually we only know the first verse. We forget the other ones. I'll say the words and you'll help me with the spelling, okay? Let's start. Dashing through the snow. Dashing through. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. One horse open sleigh. Which words do we need? In a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go. Which word do we need? This might be a little tricky. O'er is a contraction, a short form for over. O'er the fields, and it's literary, like bookish. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Now we start the chorus. Oh, oh, oh. Which word? Oh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride. To ride. Which word? To. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Natasha, I have a question for you. When we sing Jingle Bells, what word do we say at the end? When we say, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey!
Yes. And how is that spelled? H-A-Y or H-E-Y?
H-E-Y.
Of course. Because if we say H-A-Y, what are we talking about?
The hay that horses eat.
Yeah, hay for horses. Now we'll take the same song, the same words, the same first verse, and I'll give you practice with homonyms.
One. The song goes, dashing through the snow. Dashing means A, attractive and stylish, or B, moving quickly. The answer is B. 2. Over the fields we go, or with a contraction, o'er the fields we go. Here, fields means A, large open land, or B, industries. The answer is A. 3. Bells on bobtail ring. Here, ring refers to A, a piece of jewelry one wears on a finger, or B, a sound of bells. The answer is B. 4. Making spirits bright. In the song, spirits are A, alcohol, strong alcohol, or B, one's feelings, a mood. The answer is B. 5. Making spirits bright. In that same line, bright means A, happy, or B, with much light, meaning not dark. The answer is A.
That's all for now. Thanks for watching and happy studies. And happy holidays!
People.
Can we do without the people, Natasha? Okay. That's all for now. Thanks for watching and happy studies. And happy holidays. What were you saying? Ha 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 ha. That's all for now. Thanks for watching and happy studies. And happy holidays.